Hey everyone, this is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions here with another project for you guys. I found myself in need of a couple of sympathy cards lately, and I was like, you know what, I want to do something that's classic, that's simple, that says, you know, I'm sorry that you're hurting, basically. And this is what I came up with. Now, this uses our brand new stamp set from Stampin' Up! Called Strength and Prayers. And it's only got 3 stamps in it, but I thought this dove right here was just absolutely beautiful. So today I'm going to be using the dove and the I am praying for you. I did use on my original, if you guys can see that, but the Lord stood with me and gave me strength on the inside of my first one, and I like it. It's very, very large. So be careful when you guys are using it. Make sure you guys have plenty of space for it. I think it would actually look a lot better if it was rotated so that it was, you know, horizontally instead of vertically, I guess I would put it. But I thought it was a very apt stamp set for me. I can use so many things for it. You know, you can always use the I am praying for you in other ways without the rest of the stamp set as well. Let's go ahead and go through the supplies that we're going to need today for this card. You're going to need 1 piece of basic black cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. You're going to need a second piece that is 4 by 5 1/4. That is for the second layer here on top. Slide those off to the side real quick. We are going to need 1 piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4, and another piece of Whisper White that is 3.5 by 3.5. And lastly, you're going to need a piece of silver foil paper that is 3 by 4. So the 2 smaller silver foil and the smaller Whisper White are for the ovals. So along with that, we are using the Layering Oval Framelits dies from Stampin' Up! So I'll let you guys see the name there. Layering Oval Framelits dies. And so if you open it up for the very first time, and you see, like, this is basically the layout that you get. And we're going to use this biggest one over here, and this largest oval over here as well. So the largest on the right and the largest on the left. So we're going to be using those 2 along with our big shot today. And last but not least, we are going to be using the silver 1/8 inch ribbon. This stuff is awesome. It's been around for, I have no idea how many years in Stampin' Up's catalog, but it is a staple for the holidays and for other things as well. So go ahead and pick that up. I think it's an awesome, awesome ribbon to have. So we're going to be using that as well today. You need about 20 inches of this, by the way. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to do some stamping first, and then we'll cut our ovals. We'll place our ovals over here. The foil out of the way. So I am first going to stamp my bird. And we are using the basic black archival ink from Stampin' Up! Your Memento or StazOn would also do the trick. So just to let you guys know, Memento and StazOn would also work very, very well. I always like to just make sure mine's really nice and inked up. I probably need to re-ink my pad here because I use it a lot, especially when I'm scrapbooking. I have one spot on here that I can't seem to get. There we go. I want to make sure I get coverage. All coverage. Here we go. Come on. Make sure you get it nice and inked up. This is kind of a relatively large stamp. It stamps really nice though, so go ahead and make sure it's all inked up. Turn it back over. I'm going to aim for the center of this. Straight down, straight up. Nice. I like that. It's a little bit grungy. It works for me. There's a little bit of holes in there. I like that. So then we're going to pull in our inside piece. Here we go. I'll set that off to the side to dry for a few seconds. Have our inside piece here. I'm also going to grab the I'm praying for you. Make sure that gets well inked. Make sure I've also got this right side up before I stamp. Let's see if I can get this straight. My cardstock isn't straight. There we go. For any of the dimensions, directions, supplies that you need, wow, that was not straight. I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to do this again. Straighten out this on my block, maybe. Make sure that the praying for you part is the actual straight part. It's the easiest thing to line up. So again, if you guys are looking for directions, dimensions, anything like that for your cards, go ahead and just click in that description bar below. It will take you directly to my site where you can get the free directions for this card, purchase any supplies that you need, anything like that. You can also email me from that site as well if you guys have any questions. That's so much better. Okay, I feel better about that. So you guys can also email me from that site, and I will attempt to return it as fast as humanly possible. If you also have a question, go ahead and leave a comment, and I will try to answer it there as well. So we're going to set this off to the side now as well. We're going to grab in our Big Shot here. Sorry, I just hit the light, guys. So pulling in the Big Shot. So today I'm using the Big Shot and the magnetic platforms. You guys can see this. And we're going to cut both of them at the exact same time. I have no idea why anybody would ever try to do more Big Shot work than they have to. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to line this up here. Sorry for my arm, guys. We're going to take this one and line it up over here. This one doesn't matter quite as much as the Dove does. We're going to actually scoot this over just a smidgen. There we go. There we go. So I like it all nice and lined up. Go ahead and, so you have your magnetic platform, your first plate, your second base plate. Go ahead and crank that through. Whoa, sorry guys. Big machine. The cracking is normal. I actually have customers all the time that are like, oh my god, my platforms are cracking, my platforms are cracking. Cracking is normal. It's okay. That means it's cutting. The pressure is doing its job. So we have the silver one, and we have our white one. We'll get these plates out of the way. So, okay. Get that out of the way. So now we're going to actually put everything together on our card. Real simple, real easy. We're going to fold our card base in half. And burnish. I'm a big burnisher. Then we are going to grab our, just a little bit of snail adhesive to put the center in here. Go ahead and line this all up. Make sure it's nice. Put this up in the center here. Nice and straight. There we go, or as straight as I can make it. There we go. Set this off to the side. Now we're going to want to add the oval first. And now I put a lot of adhesive on this one. But hey, it works for me. Again, using my grid paper here. I'm going to line this up at the top-ish. I'm going to leave a little bit of space at the top. Make sure it's nice and straight as you can get it. I'm going to flip over our Dove here. Grab your dimensionals. I'm using 3 dimensionals on the back of this Dove, just to make sure it stays nice and popped up. Remove the backing on the Dove dimensionals. Go ahead and center that in the center, very good. Now go ahead and grab your silver ribbon here. I'm actually going to do this on the spool, just because I didn't want to cut it off unless I had to. So I need a little bit more. There we go. There we go. I'm going to get mine nice and tight. Now what you also can do, if you guys would like, is to cut off a length of ribbon, attach it to the back of this piece, and then make a bow and use a glue dot and stick on the bow. That to me is too many steps. I personally am more of a, hey, let's just add the ribbon. Okay, that's not tight enough, so I'm actually going to cut this off a little bit, give myself a little bit more tension. Okay. So we're going to use this. So as I'm talking, we're going to see if I can tie a bow. I have learned that I'm not good at it if I am talking and tying a bow at the same time. But, oops. There we go. So I can get it. I also find this ribbon really small for my big fat fingers. So if anybody else has big fat finger problem like I do, it's a small ribbon. It's going to be a little more difficult to use. Alright, so we're going to slide that back down. There we go. We're going to cut this off at angle. Actually turned out to be a pretty decent bow. There we go. And now I'm going to grab more dimensionals, flip this over. I'm going to put one in all 4 of the corners. and then one right above where that ribbon is, just to kind of keep it from sliding around too much, especially if I put it in a card. So, all right, peeling off the backing. There we go. Pull back in our card base. Line this up around it. Oops. There we go. So there is our nice, simple, fast, easy sympathy card that can be used for so many things. This could also be a really wonderful wedding card. If you guys are going to a black and white wedding, it'd be a really wonderful wedding card. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know. Again, please check out the site in the description bar below. It'll take you guys to the directions and dimensions for everything that you need here. If you have any questions, let me know. This is Mel from Cardstock Concoctions saying see you next time, guys. Bye!